so I hope you enjoyed watching that repair. It can be a really hard repair to do. It's not always that easy, especially on this type of vinyl on the door card, this particular vinyl, because it's quite a rigid vinyl, so it requires, when it gets gagged, it crumples up and it requires a bit of heat. You've got to straighten it, you've got to approach it slightly differently. So the tools I use for this is, first of all, I used a heating iron. You would have seen this in the picture. And I said actually when I did a live video earlier, I was going to use it at 140. It was probably too low, so I went in at 180 degrees. And I used this to get the initial shape, to flatten the skag out. I then used a metal block, cooling block, just to push it together, get it flat, make sure that when it cooled down it was staying flat. When I was happy with that, I used a little bit of, never use super glue, all right? Never ever use super glue on this, it'll melt everything. And then it becomes a horrible repair. But I used a little bit of this, it's actually a leather glue, but I like the product, and the way I put it on is I put a little bit on both sides, give it a few minutes to start going tacky, and then you can put the two together. And I used the block again just to compress it. So once that was done, or in between doing that, actually you saw me use some of my grainy mold. So it's a twin cartridge system, put it together, mix it up. It cures and creates a mold in minutes. There we go, that's the mold. And that, so it's best to put that on before you start doing the rest of the work, because as you're doing the rest of the work, it's curing, so when you're ready to use it, it's done. So really good system, again from Viper. And then peeled it off. And then what I did was, you've got the Teflon back sheet, put it on there. Now today the product that I used here was the Viper FX9. And the reason I used this product, it's a low temp heat cured compound. So it works really quickly, and with this kind of vinyl, I don't want to be heating it up too much. I don't need to. So the low temp compound was really good. I didn't need to use the Duraflex, which has extra strength to it, because I'd already used the glue to bond it together. So only needed a little bit used on the spatula. And then all I do is, as you've seen in the video, put this onto the panel, heat it up with the iron, and then I swapped to, I don't know what I've just done with that. Oh, there we go. I swapped to a sandbag instead of the hard steel pad to imprint, push that onto the panel and put the imprint into it. That's pretty much it. I then keyed it up with some Azalex, some Kovacs Azalex 500. I find this gives a really nice tidy key. It's on this little soft foam backing there, so it flexes around the panel as I want it to do, and it doesn't actually create that much damage to the previous texture, so you're keeping everything nice and small and tidy. Smart, be smart, think smart. And then I added the clear substance you saw me use there is like a adhesion promoter. It's called Flex Base, because I usually finish coatings dye system, so it's Reflex Base. And then I applied the dye, and I used a DeVilbiss SRI Pro Light. Nice, small, keep it tidy. And that's it. So if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to send them over to me and I'll answer them for you. But I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you've learned something from it. Thank you.